Well, 24 hours further on from a monumental win for Donald Trump, the Bitcoin price is sending. The crypto markets are absolutely skyrocketing and people are super bullish on what is about to come. We're going to break down some key things as well as recapping exactly what Donald Trump has committed when he takes office. And there's lots of things you need to be aware of. When do we hit 80,000? How do we get to 100,000? And much, much more. So if that's something you like and you want to stay ahead of the game in this bull market, make sure you subscribe to the 2Bit Crypto channel. Don't forget to turn that notification bell on. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So again, a wild night. I actually put a video out pretty much as the election was finishing. It was a pretty late finish for me, but look at that move on BTC, over 10% on the day. That was a skyrocketing move and it just kept going. Look at the volume spike that came in. It was a big day. It was a big win for Trump. It was a huge win for the cryptocurrency community as well. And there's lots of things that were promised, and now, ultimately, he has to go and deliver. Now, again, I want to just state for the record, I am neither pro-Trump, pro-Kamala Harris. It doesn't affect me. I'm in the UK. It's less of a problem. However, pro-cryptocurrency, pro-free speech, I'm all for. So, what did Trump commit to? And these are some of the key things that people are talking about. And when we talk about how do we get to some of these key value lines, all-time high, potentially at 145, does it go a bit higher? We've seen 240k. Lots of people predicting 100,000 by the end of the year would put us on track for that 241k. If we don't, we could be sitting around 150k. That was what I got. So what do we get? Well, Trump promised a lot of things when it comes to Bitcoin and digital assets. Here's just a few of them. So he's going to compute the prison sentence of Ross Ulbricht. Ultimately, if you haven't seen the whole Silk Road thing, he is the founder and there was lots of stuff going on with it. I highly recommend going and watching it. I think it's on Netflix. But he ultimately will be released from jail with time served. Obviously, a lot of people in the crypto markets absolutely support that narrative. And I guess given what he did, a lot of people believe that he should be reduced and ultimately do time served. So that could be a pretty interesting one. The big one that everybody is thinking about is sacking or firing Gary Gensler.
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
And I guess the reason why this is important, I touched on it yesterday in my update video, we currently have lots of potential pro-cryptocurrency candidates that would get in there. Now, that doesn't mean that they all own Bitcoin and we're going to send this to the moon, but they're interested in enhancing regulations, supporting, building digital assets, and ultimately giving it a proper stance in the financial markets, as opposed to that we've seen, which is an anti-crypto stance from Gary Gensler, Elizabeth Warren, and many others. So he's going to regulate this and support the growth of it, which could be pretty interesting. He also vowed to end the anti-crypto policies of the Biden administration and usher a new era. Quote, if it's mined in America, it is going to stay in America. Pretty interesting. He also said he would eliminate Bitcoin taxes because taxing crypto transactions, even using BTC for coffee purchases, is unfair. That's a big statement. Lots of countries do that. El Salvador, Argentina, and a few others. What else? The United States World Crypto Capital and create a BTC stockpile. Now, I have that exact proposal. This is the Bitcoin Act of 2024 S4912. And I just want to take you down to a very interesting point. It talks about what they're going to do, ultimately all the kind of things that go involved in it. But this is the bit I want to talk about, the Bitcoin purchase program. What does that look like? Well, the reality is that they are going to purchase no more than 200,000 Bitcoin per year over a 5-year period, the total acquisition of 1 million Bitcoin. That is crazy. The United States may have 1 million Bitcoin in the next 5 years. And ultimately what it will be done is to use to pay off the debt. Simple as that. It's not going to be for any other reason. And there's lots of codings and lots of writings that have been built into this to ensure that cannot be the case. More importantly, what happens post the next 4 years. We know Trump cannot do another term after that. We can see here it says, to ensure the long-term stability and security of the strategic Bitcoin reserve, the security shall hold all Bitcoins acquired through a Bitcoin purchase program for not less than 20 years. And if you think about the total supply of Bitcoin, 21 million, how many have been lost? This is a huge amount that's going to be going into it. Now, they've got to be sensible how they buy. They don't want to pump the market too much, but this is super bullish. And I think lots of people need to be aware of this. So do share this video far and wide. Furthermore, what do you think? First presidential candidate to accept Bitcoin donations. We know that. And ultimately, with only a few months left, his inauguration could see us absolutely rally to over $100,000. So some pretty big claims, and I think some of which he's going to be working through right now. But what's next? What's the big ticket? Well, the reality here is the Bitcoin Trust is now going to be starting to work. Senator Lumens is all about building this reserve so that when Trump does get into office, it's ready to go. We've also seen many other people start to back this, and even to the sentiment where we see the Senate and the House go Republican, lots of people in there now pro-cryptocurrency as well. So all of which aligns to a very interesting closeout to this week, a very interesting weekend, and more importantly, a potentially big move once again into next week. ETF flows pretty quiet on BlackRock, but big elsewhere as this massive spike comes in. Watch out for it. I could predict an 80,000 Bitcoin by the end of the week into the weekend, and then we start to push on significantly. Do we get $100,000 by the end of the year? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and ultimately, how do you feel about that strategic Bitcoin reserve? Do drop your comments. I'm dead interested to get your thoughts on it. And as always, if you enjoyed this type of content, you want to go and trade some coins, do check out the link to MEXC in the description. $8,000 worth of new user signups, as well as a 10% rebate on all of your trades. Some of you guys have been killing it, especially with last night's move. But if that's something you're interested in, check out the links. As always, they do massively support the channel. Hit that like button, turn your notification bell on, and come back tomorrow for some more cryptocurrency content. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.